Holy smokes, 20% plus Medicare supplement rate increases. What in the world can you do? It's time for another Medicare supplement rate update. As I reported last April and August, Medicare supplement premiums have been increasing at higher rates recently, and this has been due to Medicare claim trends being elevated since 2023 and pushing up loss ratios for the Medicare supplement companies. So today, we're going to take a look at the average Plan F, Plan G, and Plan N rate increases on open block or in-force blocks of business. That's for existing policyholders by company since 2021. 2, rate increases for in-force blocks of business from some of the main insurance companies, which is most important for those who already have a Medicare supplement. And 3, we will look at new business rate increases, which matters for those applying for a new policy, either due to turning 65 or simply applying for a new policy to lower your rate. I will go over rates from AARP, United Healthcare, Aetna, the Blues, Cigna, and Mutual Omaha. Hi, I'm Chris Prang, the Medicare Analyst Licensed Agent in 14 states, and I am based out of Charlottesville, Virginia. Maximizing your Medicare should be very important to you, and my goal is to help people like you make a wise and confident decision about all of your Medicare choices so that you can protect your income, your assets, your savings, and your health. If today is your birthday, then a very happy birthday to you. Fred Astaire said, old age is like everything else. To make a success of it, you've got to start young. So let's start with average rate increases for plans F, G, and N since 2021. 2024 rate increases continue to trend higher than previous years. Approved rate actions are 2.5% to 3.5% higher than in 2023. Early results for 2025 rate actions are coming in another 1% higher. The following chart shows the average rate increases on open Medicare supplement blocks for plans F, G, and N over the past 4 years. You can clearly see that the trend is up regardless of the plan. According to Telos Actuarial, quote, double-digit increases are going to be more common than in previous years, unquote. Why? Again, according to Telos, quote, Medicare supplement claims are increasing across benefit types and across many different types of diagnosis codes. We continue to see double-digit increases in the overall claims cost and for each of the main MedSup benefit types, unquote. This has caused an increase in what is known as market loss ratios. Now, let's look at rate increases by company for in-force blocks of business. These rate increases are not necessarily across the board on all the different plans the insurance company has with the state. Take these as either an average on all their plans or what was reported for a particular plan like a Plan F or Plan G. AARP is up 14.6% in Oregon. Aetna is up 20.8% in Arizona, 16.7% in New Hampshire, 13.9% in Oklahoma, Texas, and Wisconsin. Their Continental Life is up 14.7% in Mississippi, Minnesota, and Vermont. Some of the Blues, Anthem in California is up 8.7%. Blue Cross Blue Shield Kansas Solution is up 10.6% in Kansas. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama is up 3.8% in Alabama, not too bad. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Vermont is up 29.7% in Vermont. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York is up 11% in New York. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Northeastern New York is up 11% in New York. Capital Blue Cross is up 10.1% in Indiana and Pennsylvania. Florida Blue is up 7.1% in Florida, and Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey is up 6% in New Jersey. Cigna is up 13% in Kentucky. Mutual Omaha or any of its subsidiaries up 14.8% in Montana, up 2% in New York, not too bad, but that is a open enrollment guaranteed issue all the time with very high premiums. Their United World Life is up 9.6% in California and up 7.2% in New Hampshire. The average rate increases for all the companies reported, including ones not listed here, was 10.94%. The highest rate increase of 20% or more was Manhattan Life, up 20% in Kentucky, Aetna up 20.8% in Arizona, Medica up 20.9% in South Dakota, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Vermont up 29.7% in Vermont. Next, let's look at historical rate increases for the largest Medicare supplement carriers. This is very important because this helps you determine which companies are the most consistent with raising their rates or keeping their rates steady. Of course, what happened in the past is not necessarily a prediction of the future. These charts provided by CSG Actuarial show the average historical rate increase of the most prominent carriers selling Medicare supplements. These increases are only on open blocks of business. For the Plan G rate increases, what do you see? The first thing I see is that Cigna is the only company whose rate increases have trended down. The next thing I see is that Humana tends to be the most stable. Since Humana redid their supplements a few years ago, their rates have been more competitive and steady. Then I see that Mutual Mahal and AARP United Healthcare having the most significant rate increases on the Plan G. For the Plan N rate increases, what do you see? I see that Cigna has been very steady with their rate increases, as well as Humana. And Humana's increases was actually less in 2024 than 2023. And once again, I see Mutual Mahal and AARP United Healthcare having the most significant rate increases on the Plan N. So, what can you do? 1. If you are new to Medicare and or are considering a Medicare supplement for the first time, and you are relatively healthy and don't frequent medical services all that often, then at least consider a Plan N over a Plan G. As we have seen, the Plan N does go up at a slower rate. So over time, your savings will get greater and greater. 2, if you have a Medicare supplement and the rate is getting out of hand and you are relatively healthy, then consider applying for a new Medicare supplement at a lower rate. Perhaps you have a Plan F now, then consider going with a new Plan G or Plan N. In most states, you do have to go through medical underwriting to be approved. Some states, like California, do have a birthday rule where you can get a new supplement guaranteed around the time of your birthday. Of course, the rate has to be less enough to make it worth your while. Now, you may be saying, Chris, I just can't afford these premiums anymore. I understand. If that is the case and you have adult children, then ask them if they can help with covering some of the premium costs. After all, you forked out a lot of money for them at one time. They likely owe it to you. 3, if you are really healthy, maintain your health, like to eat really well, exercise, get plenty of sleep, etc., then you could consider the high deductible Plan G. These typically go up very slow. I've done several videos on the high deductible G. It is Medicare's best kept secret and the best alternative to a Medicare Advantage plan. Check out my other videos to learn more. If you are in New York, well then almost everyone should just get a high deductible G in the first place because the savings, as one famous New Yorker said, is huge. 4, the last thing you could do other than bite the bullet on the high and increasing premiums is to very carefully consider a Medicare Advantage plan. But be careful. Sure, you can get a Medicare Advantage plan for $0 per month, and that might be $200 to $400 less than your Medicare supplement. But what happens if you start going in for lots of treatment or hospital stays? Your copayments each month could easily exceed what you are paying in premiums. If you decide to switch to a Medicare Advantage plan and you've never had one before, then you do have a 12-month trial right where you can get your Medicare supplement back guaranteed. And guess what? You might, and I mean you might, end up with a lower rate than you had before. All right, that's it for today. Despite the bad and grim news, I do hope that you found this helpful. If you have any questions about what I've just gone over and when you are ready for my help in maximizing your healthcare and retirement insurance and making a wise choice when it comes to all of your Medicare options, and you live in one of the states I'm licensed in, which you can see here, and please feel free to reach out to me either by phone or through one of my contact forms on my website. We will have an open and honest conversation about your healthcare needs, philosophies, and budget. I will do my best to answer all of your questions or concerns that you may have. Once we determine what is best for your unique needs and budget, I will then enroll you in the plans or the plan of your choice, and of course, be available down the road for your support. To stay up to date and to gain more insight into maximizing your Medicare insurance, then please go ahead and subscribe. And who do you know who may benefit from this video? Please share it with them. I'm Chris Prang, the Medicare analyst. Make it a great day.